Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another live episode of the F Words of Life. Again, I'm going to keep saying it every time I get the opportunity to be with you, be it live or on the replay, on coaching calls, doing workshops and live events. It is an honor, it is a pleasure, and I'm truly grateful for your engagement throughout this past couple of weeks of launching the F Words of Life here to my personal friends and family, people that I know. You're the first to see this and get these amazing free trainings that I've been doing over the past couple of weeks. And so I really just want to say thank you. I have a lot of gratitude for all of you reaching out and being so supportive, and also letting me know that you're getting value. Because again, as I've said in the other training videos, if you're not getting value, I'm not doing my job. And so the goal here is to bring you tools, live trainings, recorded trainings, online trainings, in-person trainings, coaching, and just the community as well. And so today I'm super excited about our topic. This is going to be our 7th F word. And so this is our 7th and final official F word of the F Words of Life, encompassing all 7 areas of our life. So I'm going to run through them really quick. We've got the fundamentals, which is our core self-love. We've got faith, which is co-creating with the universe and giving back in terms of charity, time, money, whatever it may be. Then we've got fitness, which is our overall physical health and energy. What are we bringing to the table? Next, we've got our relationships with our family and our friends are our chosen family. So those that matter the most to you. After that, we have finances. So how can we raise our money mindset, our abundance quotient, so that we actually impact our bank account in a positive way? And then the last video that I did yesterday actually was on fulfillment. And so fulfillment is what you do for a job, career, work, business, but it's your work day essentially. And so if you didn't get a chance to view that video, I encourage you to go back and watch it. I know that there was a lot of value inside of that to how you can really just up the level of what you do on a daily basis, how you show up to your work, if you will. And then I also did a bonus training, which was specifically on how to manifest all of these things that we're talking about, what's the actual process that you go through so that you start manifesting in all 7 F words of life that which you want. And so please check out this video series. If you haven't seen some of the replays, go back and watch them. I've spent a lot of time here live with you just because I want to give, and I want you to give me feedback in terms of what you're really finding valuable. And then in the future, we're going to be breaking these down even more. I still will be continuing to bring you free content, and then there will be other opportunities to engage with the F Words of Life as we continue to move forward. And so today, like I said, we're going to cover the 7th of the F Words of Life, which is freedom. Now, there's a couple of ways that I look at freedom. Number one, we can look at it in terms of financial freedom, like really the big picture, right? And so financial freedom so that you can travel the world and give back. Maybe that's your idea of your ultimate freedom. What I know about freedom, specifically in this framework of talking about all 7 areas of our life, is this is going to be very personal to you. And so your idea of freedom might be a retirement where you can retire and spend time with your kids and your grandkids and you get back your time. So hi to everybody online. I see people popping on and being on here live. Love seeing it. Thanks for being here. And so maybe, yours is more global. You want to have a financial freedom to the point where, like I said, literally you're able to have an impact on a global level. That's beautiful. Anything in between is also, it's up to you to create this vision of freedom. It could be building a rental portfolio to the point where you have passive income coming in that supports your life. It could be owning your own home. Maybe that's just having that safety and security as your idea of freedom. Maybe it's first class travel. Right? And so there's that type of freedom that we can talk about. And then there's the other type that we're actually going to talk about today, which is freedom as your fun in life. So I want you to think about your free time and how are you spending time on a regular basis consistently to actually relax, reboot, and rejuvenate. Because we've talked a lot this past couple of weeks about we got a lot of work to do, right? It takes work, it takes effort, it takes intentionality to raise the level on everything that you want in your life. And part of that is making sure we're getting the free time to relax, reboot, and rejuvenate, and that we're actually enjoying the fruit of our efforts, right? And so we're working so hard. What are we working for? And so today, in talking about freedom, I want us to think about it as fun. I want to think of it as celebration for all of the hard work that you're doing. You deserve that pat on the back. You deserve that time to celebrate, you know, what you've accomplished, or the changes that you've made, or even the decisions, even if you haven't put them into practice. You know, the fact that you're here and you're showing up live or you're showing up on the replay, give yourself credit for that. We need to celebrate that 100%. And so the other thing with free time or freedom that we're going to talk about here is it brings hope. You know, if our life is just constantly a grind over and over and over, and that's all we're doing is we're just grinding it out, and we're grinding it out, and we're working hard, and we're working hard, and we're never taking that pause just to enjoy it, that's where burnout comes from. So if you're feeling burnt out in any area of your life and you're feeling a little crispy somewhere, here's your plan of rejuvenation. And we're going to base this on time. So what do I mean by that? We're going to do small activities every week, at least once a week, free time in your freedom, so that you can rejuvenate, reboot, and relax, right? Our nervous system isn't meant to be going, 24/7. We need to relax and unwind. And some of you that I've talked to, and a lot of you that are on here, are really high performers, which means you don't give yourself permission to really relax and reboot. It's like, well, if I'm relaxing and doing nothing, which we're not going to talk about doing nothing, we're going to be doing something, but if I'm doing nothing, well, then I'm wasting time. I'm not being productive. No. We have to change our paradigm on this, change the framework. We need the downtime. It's part of the experience, and it will make your life even better. So we're going to talk about doing small activities on a weekly basis. We're going to talk about doing a little bit bigger activities on a monthly basis. Then we're going to talk about doing things on a quarterly basis and on an annual basis. So this actually gives you an absolute game plan on how you can schedule that time to reboot weekly, monthly, quarterly, and then annually as well. And so let's talk about that specifically. I'm super excited to share. Now, on this training, this episode of the F Words of Life, I really want your participation, because I don't have all of the ideas of ways to reboot and rejuvenate. I'm always looking for your ideas. What do you do? So as I start talking about this, if you're on live, feel free to put your additional ideas in the comment box. If you're watching the replay, please also add to this so that people can get other ideas besides what I'm sharing. Now, the most ideas that I'm going to share is on the weekly basis. This is where doing something, it could be anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes to an hour. I'm not talking about a tremendous amount of time. This is about you just allowing yourself, again, to relax, to have some downtime, to have some free time so that you can reboot. And you also, like I said, are enjoying and celebrating all of this hard work that you're doing from the inside out, okay? And so some weekly ideas. What could you do on a weekly basis to recharge during that time? Number one, reading for pleasure. Not reading necessarily for personal growth or for business or, something that's more serious. I love to read fiction. It's one of my guilty pleasures, and yet it's not a guilty pleasure, right? It's just something I enjoy, and it's creative, it's entertaining, it really takes my mind somewhere else. So again, I get to relax my whole system and just reboot and recharge. So reading, going to the movies, watching a movie. You got $2 in your bank account, go rent a red box, right? Curl up on the couch with somebody that you love, or by yourself, or with your animals, and just watch a movie and allow yourself for a couple of hours just to escape, and just to, again, to relax. Your brain is going to, I love creative things like that. A lot of these things are going to be creative because we have all of us have a creative side, whether you think you do or not, and we want to engage that. So maybe it's watching sports or playing sports. So maybe once a week you're going out and you're playing basketball with a bunch of your friends. That's something that, yeah, it could fall under fitness, but I also want it to fall under fun, right? In your freedom, what are you choosing to do to reboot? Maybe it's going for a walk if you live near a park or the beach or a lake or a river, anywhere that's beautiful that you can just go and take 30 minutes, again, with no agenda other than to be present. Go to the lake and feed the ducks, right? And just be present. Maybe it's going to dinner. Maybe it's taking yourself out to dinner. I do that. I go to dinner by myself. I enjoy that. I also go to dinner with friends. And so maybe it's dinner with friends. Maybe it's game night with friends. I know one of you on here plays bunco once a month with her friends. That's her weekly activity for that week, where she gets to go and be with her friends and enjoy that time. And that's a consistent ritual that she has. Maybe it's going to your favorite coffee shop and reading, or drawing, or coloring. Coloring is one of my favorite ways to relax. Yes, they have adult coloring books, and no, don't go, X-rated on me. But they have higher level designs where you can actually color with colored pencils or gel pens. Sparkle gel pens are my favorite. And so these are important things that it puts you almost in a meditative state. It's called flow as well, and it actually will spark creativity and productivity in other areas of your life. Let's see, I've got some other ideas here that I wrote down. Dancing. Going dancing. Again, that could fall into our fitness, but man, that sure is fun, right? Doing something to engage your body where your mind kind of gets to go somewhere else and you get that downtime to relax and reboot. Maybe it's taking a hot bath. Maybe it's date night with your significant other. Maybe it's taking a hot bath on date night with your significant other. As long as you're relaxing and rejuvenating, that's what's most important. And again, this could be, for some of you that are parents, this is going to be a 10-minute activity, or it's going to be an activity that you do with the kids. You go and do something with the kids. You take them to the park and you laugh and you giggle and you push them on the swing, whatever that may be. It doesn't always have to be an alone time activity. However, I do think having kind of that solitary alone time also is important. What else did I do? I already mentioned painting, drawing, coloring, anything that engages that creativity. It doesn't matter if you're good or not. I've done mosaics in the past, with tiles. Learn something new. Try something new. Let's see, do I have anything else on here? I think that covered most of it. So the big thing is what are you doing on a weekly basis in your free time that, again, frees up your brain? Fixing houses, Adam, doesn't count. That's your job. That's your work. Yes, I know you love it, but beyond that, what do you do? Right? Beyond that, beyond your job, which is your passion and your career, and we all love that. I love the F words of life. This is my passion. Jacqueline, car racing, and I'll tell you, for her, that's a real thing. She'll go and do activities where she gets to race cars really fast, and that's downtime, and that's, for her, that's relaxing and rejuvenating. For me, that would be extraordinarily nerve-wracking. That would not be a relaxing activity for me. So as you're watching this, what other activities do you know of, or could you go out and try that actually would just allow you that weekly downtime? 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, just to relax. Maybe it's watching, Sunday morning football with your friends. I love football. Football's going on right now. I will be watching football after this. This will be my downtime tonight after doing these series of videos. Pam, paddleboarding, excellent one. Absolutely. I've never done that. I'm going to have you take me to do that. Hold me to that, because I really, really do want to try it. So all of these things, right? Just maybe it's sitting out if you have a pool that you can go to and reading, or just, again, relaxing. Anything that you can do. But the question becomes, how consistently are you doing this on a weekly basis? At least one fun for you type of activity that you get to enjoy, where maybe you engage a different side of your brain, you get to turn off your analytical brain, your professional brain, and you just get to be in enjoyment. So small activity on a weekly basis, okay? Next, let's talk monthly. Monthly may cost you a little bit. A lot of what I talked about had little to no cost. So maybe monthly it's getting a massage, and spending a little bit of money on you for some self-care, or acupuncture, which is one of my favorite things in the world. Okay, Manny, she loves doing puzzles. I love it. Absolutely great suggestion. I know Michael loves doing those as well. So if you love puzzles, if you love doing logic puzzles, so Sudoku, there's also one called Ken. If you like math, it's even harder, and I actually love it. I get into kicks where I do that and I get obsessed with it, and then I have to put it down. So anything like that. So on a monthly basis, we're talking about doing something a little bit bigger than maybe we'd do on a weekly. It might take a little bit more time, or it might take a little bit more resources in terms of money. So maybe it's getting a massage, getting acupuncture. Maybe it's going to a museum. Maybe it's going to the zoo. Here in San Diego, we have the zoo. I know there's a lot of beautiful zoos around the country. And so maybe it's doing something like that. And so it's for me, relaxing in that way, I'm usually going and doing something. For some people, it might be spending half of the day in their garden. Now, if gardening feels like work to you, then it's not on your customized list of ways to reboot. But I know many people that absolutely love to garden. That's where they go to their Zen place where they really get into flow and they stop thinking about everything else. And so they spend a half a day out in their garden. So monthly, it's a little bit bigger, either in resources or time, where you're just taking some time for yourself or you and your family. Again, it doesn't have to be an alone time activity. It's either or. Then at Balboa Park here in San Diego, 100% Jacqueline, it's gorgeous just going and walking around Balboa Park and all the museums there. So quarterly, again, we're going to get a little bit bigger in time and resources. Now, if your resources are limited in terms of money and finances for now, right, because we're going to keep building that, then be creative. Figure it out, okay? Maybe it's spending a day doing vision boards, but it's something where you're spending a little bit more time, a day, like a 1 day a quarter or 2 days per quarter that are dedicated towards you. Maybe that's a weekend away with friends, with a significant other, with your kids. But again, it could be at home. But it's going to be, hey, you know what? For 2 days, I'm taking 2 days off consecutively and really just spending time on myself. Maybe that's when you're doing your quarterly review of your goals. Yes, you're thinking, but you're thinking in a different way, right? You're reviewing your goals and you're then able to set your next goals for the next quarter. Pam said an entire weekend reading a fun book. I love that one. I have definitely done that and spent Saturday and Sunday and just read one or two books throughout the weekend just for fun, where I get to just completely have downtime to relax, okay? Adam, meditation retreat. That was on my list either for a quarterly or an annual trip. So let's talk about annual. So quarterly, I kind of think of weekend, right? 2 days, 3 days. So something that you're doing in that time frame. And then annually, I think more of a week to 2 weeks. Or maybe it's a week twice a year, something like that. But at least 1 week off where you're able to go and do something fun. It may be a staycation, again, if your funds are limited, but you can still take that time off. It may be going to a live workshop for 4 or 5, 6 days, right? And really working on yourself. But again, you're in a different mode than your everyday life. And that's the key to this relax, reboot, rejuvenate, so that you can live your best and highest life, so that you can be super productive in your fulfillment and your finances, so that you can be focused on your fitness in your daily activity, right? And so that you can be faithful with your friends and your family and be the best when you show up in relationship with people. So this is, again, I just want us to think of in terms of freedom, our F word today, in terms of fun, in terms of hope, in terms of celebration of you and all the hard work that you do every week, every month, every quarter, every year. What are you doing to take care of you? So again, if you have suggestions, big suggestions, little suggestions, please share them in the comments. Some of you that are on live, thank you so much for sharing. If you're watching the replay, please share. And that's what I had for you today, because I want to make sure you're taking care of yourself on all levels. Remember, all 7 F words of life, and we can't work on them all 7 at one time. So we have to find new rituals, new ways to put these into our life so that we show up as our highest and best. Now, for the next few days, I will not necessarily be on live at this time, and I'm going to give you guys a couple of days break so that, again, if you haven't watched the replays, go back and watch the replays so that you get a sense. And these are real trainings. This isn't just me talking to you about the F words of life and telling you what it is. This is me training you in each area of life and giving you these tangible takeaways that you can go put into action. Because this isn't just an entertainment show. This is a show of action and helping you raise the bar on each level of your life. Now, in a few days, I will be back live with new information. With another big announcement that I'm super excited. So if you've enjoyed even one of these training videos so far, okay, and you've had one takeaway out of 8 trainings that I've done, 9 including the intro training, right? If you've had even one takeaway, you're not going to want to miss this announcement, because this is going to be a huge opportunity for you to engage at a deeper level, and I am so excited to share it with you. I'm not going to share it with you today. I will wait. I want people to be able to watch some of the replays, get the value, start implementing it into their life, and then I'm going to come back with another announcement of how you can engage at a deeper level. And like I said, I'm super excited, and I believe you're super excited as well. Adam says he'll go race cars with you. And then Jenna, yes, I'll give you a shoulder massage if you come to San Diego quarterly. Yes, because you're my friend. Pam, I'm glad this was helpful. Thanks for being on live, lady. It's great to see you. Look, I'm here for you. I say this at every video, and I mean it. At every live training, every coaching call, I'm here to serve you. I'm here to provide you guys the training, the tips, and the tools to continue to raise the bar on all 7 areas of the F words of your own life. And so I look forward. We're just getting started. And again, if you've seen value, if you've gotten one thing out of it, don't miss the next big announcement. Please feel free to share this information with your family and friends. Check out the fwordsoflife.com. Please share your email address with me. You'll get a free quiz that you can download, and that also will keep you in touch with me on a weekly basis, where I'll actually be sending out free training information every single week. So make sure that you have added your email address to the fwordsoflife.com and downloaded your free quiz. That's very, very important. And then also make sure you go to facebook.com/thefwordsoflife and make sure that you like and you follow. Same on Instagram.com/thefwordsoflife. As soon as I finish this, I'll be pasting those URLs in the description of this video. So please go check those out. I greatly appreciate it. If you've enjoyed this at all, if you've taken value out of it, please go do those 3 things. Share your email address with me, like it on Facebook, like it on Instagram. It would be a favor to me, and I would greatly, greatly be just grateful for you. So Manny, I'm glad you're playing catch up. I'm glad you were able to jump on. I know you've been doing a lot of moving and shaking, so I'm here to support all of you in any way that I can help. And I love you guys genuinely, and I look forward to us growing together, because every time I prep for one of these trainings, every time I do one of these trainings, I'm learning and growing alongside you. So let me know how I can continue to be of service to you, and I will see you back here live in a couple of days for a really, really big announcement. See you guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.